everybody. Welcome back to Pleasure Empty Now Radio. Mike Phillips filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. And second hour, we're going to be covering that letter that this MD wrote to the Wall Street Journal in a little bit here. But first of all, we're going to take a bunch of your calls. And before I do that, I'd like to give a shout-out to DJ in Australia. Now, if you're in Australia and you want to get involved with longevity but you don't know what to do, dial this number, 0260363704. Once again, 0260363704. Tell her Mike Phillips sent you. With that, we're going to jump over to Lori in Tennessee. Lori's been waiting for like an hour to talk on the show. Lori, thanks for your patience. You're live.
Hi. That's okay. I stay busy figuring out what I'm going to say to you.
Okay.
I've been dealing with diabetes, thyroid problems. Now I've got plantar fasciitis, and I just got my blood work done. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to you several times. Last time you spoke about me being flavor of the month. Mm-hmm. And because I'm off the wall everywhere. Anyway, I wanted to go over some of these blood work things. Like, one of the things that is really improved was my vitamin D. It's up to 40, which is really good compared to what it has been. My cholesterol, though, is 274. Is that bad? They say it's high.
No.
Okay, good. Triglycerides are 74. Is that bad?
Listen, are you taking your products?
Oh, yes. I take double of everything, sometimes triple. And okay. I'm taking, I'm on the healthy path with the sweeties for blood sugar. Mm-hmm. And I take extra of the EFAs, Ocean's Gold, selenium. I take quite a bit of stuff. And that's another question I had. I was taking some Calm. You're familiar with that, aren't you? Calm plus calcium. I work at a health food store, and I was taking that to just kind of keep me regular.
Okay.
But I was told by my representative that it might not be good because of does it keep your stomach acid alkaline?
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that have this thing with acidity in the body, and you need to lower it. But the fact is, if you're going to mess around with lowering your acidity, you're going to mess up your stomach acids, and your distributor is absolutely right. I agree with that. And I've never seen any evidence that has anything to do with disease, really. But I do know that if you're unable to break things down in your stomach, you're going to be cheating yourself out of a whole lot of nutrients that you need. So tell me this, Lori, how do you feel?
Like that other gentleman was saying, tired.
Tired,
yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
My plantar fasciitis is causing me a lot of problems. I've got like a huge lump under my foot, and I work, so it's hard on my feet. It really hurts.
Right. How long have you been on the program?
8 months.
8 months, yeah. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. I mean, I've seen it work in 4 days, and I've seen it take a year. So, my best advice to you, Lori, would be to keep doing what you're doing and keep in touch with your distributor that you were in touch with in the first place there that lined you up with longevity. And, keep an eye on the blood work. But honestly, I don't even bother with blood work myself. I just diagnose and self-diagnose.
Well, it's free. It's free, so I just got Medicare, and so I'm taking advantage of it. So
well, you can't beat free.
I know. And I wanted to see how I was doing. So my A1C, which I know is high, but it's lower than it's ever been. So it's 9.5, but it was 10.5.
So you're seeing little improvements here and there along the way.
Yes, I am.
Well, that's good.
Oh,
what about
improvements.
Yeah. What other improvements are you getting?
Oh my gosh, my like cramps. You know, people come in the health food store all the time complaining about cramps.
Yep.
And that liquid calcium, or liquid, what is it?
OsteoFX. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get up and take a swig of that, and it goes away instantly.
Oh yeah, it works fast.
It's amazing. Yep. And I've had, I don't know, I can't even tell you all the things. I have spots that are disappearing. You know, like
wow.
I call them age spots, and they're just fading away.
That is awesome.
My skin just feels so good and plump, and you know. But I'm having a hard time losing weight. And it's not the products, it's me. I mean, I'm not a regimented person. It's very hard for me to stick with one thing. And so I like right now I'm trying to do the 1,200 calorie thing, but I'm not counting 1,200 calories. I'm just doing I'm taking the shake and the things that go with it, and I'm not regimenting the diet. So as soon as I get on that, I will. I mean, and I will do it. I just haven't I'm going to school. I've started another job, so I'm, going to be working 2 jobs. A lot of things going on, and I keep my life that way. I don't know. I like it that way.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why we tell people to follow that diet. So, if you're having a tough time losing weight, that might just come right into play as soon as you do. Are you still eating gluten?
No, but sometimes it sneaks in. Like, I don't know what happened just now. I ate something that's not good because I was sitting there eating Benitos while I was waiting. Benitos, nacho chips with some Baby Bell cheese, and I must be allergic to. I have been told I've been allergic to milk, so it was causing me to be gummed up. What do you call it? Glued up a little bit. No, glued up in my throat. So I was waiting. So as I was getting ready to talk to you, I was thinking, oh no, now my voice is, because I was getting, what is that called? Like snot.
Yeah. Well, it sounds to me like you figured it out on your own. But you know what, Lori? Just try the best you can to stick with the diet. And just like you said, if you go and eat something and you feel a certain way right after, that's a pretty good indication. So it's going to take a little bit of willpower, and maybe write down every time you get an adverse reaction when you eat something. And then, instead of a 10 bad food list, maybe you've got a personal 15 bad food list that you've got to stay away from. We try to make it as easy as possible. We've got a 10 bad food list. I know people that for their own personal self, they've got like a 20 bad food list. I know people that won't touch pork. I know people that won't touch dairy. I eat pork and I eat dairy and I don't have any problems with it, but you've got to kind of dial it in on your own what affects you adversely, and a lot of people have a rough time doing that, right? But, writing it down will definitely help, and do a little bit of experimenting. If you're not sure what it was, eliminate certain things for a few days and then try it again for a few days and just see how it affects you. But it sounds like things are working out really good for you. You've just got a few more goals that you need to hit, and, keep in touch with us. I like it that you...
thyroid. I am concerned about the thyroid, and another thing that my guy mentioned to me is that I should see a chiropractor maybe for my neck. Can that straightening the neck out actually help my thyroid?
You know what? Possibly. I mean, mechanical issues come up all the time, and chiropractors are great for stuff like that. And I agree with what your distributor's telling you. Try a chiropractor. Absolutely. Yep.
All right. So you don't have any suggestions of taking anything else?
Not really, no. It sounds like you're on the right track as far as I'm concerned, and you're already taking a pile of stuff. I'm not going to tell you to add to that. What I do want you to do is mess around with your diet and see what affects you certain ways and what doesn't, and give it more time.
Okay.
All right, Lori?
Great. Thank you.
The Fire Your MD Now show loves you, Lori.
I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you.
Well, we like doing what we're doing. We're going to let you go and jump over to Robert in Virginia. Keep listening and keep in touch with the show, Lori. We appreciate you. Robert in Virginia has got low energy. What's going on, Robert?
Estrogen is low.
Sorry?
Estrogen is low.
Estrogen?
Yes. What do you recommend about that?
Estrogen.
It's from a friend of mine.
Oh, it's for a friend of yours. Okay, I was going to say, Robert, you have low estrogen? But, yeah, okay, so it's a friend of yours. Okay, so for this friend of yours, you want to support and promote the healthy structure and function of her hormones, okay? Now, the best way to do that is through lots of cholesterol and protein, okay? So if this person can get down as many eggs, soft boiled or soft scrambled per day, and not only that, but I would like to add a healthy brain and heart pack, 1 per 100 pounds body weight, and on top of that, the HGH Youth Complex. HGH Youth Complex, and she can take about 8 of those before she goes to bed. Robert, I hear the music. That means we got a break. I'm going to put you on hold. We'll come back to you, and then we're going to go over to Robert in Los Angeles, Crystal in Long Beach, California. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. The call-in line is 1-844-374-5433. Before the break, we were talking to Robert in Virginia, and his friend has low estrogen, low energy. Anything else going on?
Pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, what I was saying, sorry?
I had something else that I wanted to share. It's really a testimony, and I can't tell which one of the herbs are doing it, but my feet, the swelling has gone down.
How bad were they?
Oh, they were real bad. I couldn't get my shoes on my feet. I get regular shoes on my feet, and I've never seen my toes so small.
This little piggy went to market, right?
Right.
The piggy that used to be fat, now he's jogging to market.
Yep.
Awesome, Robert. That's really cool. So that's probably minerals. Also, to help out with the swelling in your feet, if you could increase your protein, that will help even more with that. What else you got going on, Robert? You're on a roll here. Let's hear more.
I still have trouble with sugar diabetes.
You had issues with diabetes?
Yes.
And is that getting better?
Yeah, it's getting better. Yeah, even my high blood pressure is getting better. It's
awesome.
dropping.
How long did that take you?
I guess about a couple of months now.
Couple of months. See, I was just saying to a couple other callers here, sometimes it doesn't take much time at all, and sometimes it'll take a year, but stick with it because it will. Just keep with it, as Robert here can attest to. So what I was saying about your friend there, lots of cholesterol and protein, okay, healthy brain and heart pack, per 100 pounds body weight, and the HGH Youth Complex.
H what again?
HGH stands for Human Growth Hormone Precursors. HGH, you betcha.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Robert.
All right.
Great to hear from you, and I'm glad that you're doing so well. Keep calling the show and let us know about your progress. You know, there's a lot of new listeners out there who are kind of on the fence wondering if this thing works, and they hear from people like you, and they see a glimmer of hope. So,
Yeah.
all right, take care, Robert. We're going to let you go, and we're going to jump over to Robert in Los Angeles. Robert, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Mike?
Well, I'm doing all right. Now, I'm wondering, I'm guessing there's more than one Robert in Los Angeles, but did I talk to you just a couple months ago?
Yeah, you did.
And it was about your child, wasn't it?
No, it was about, like a friend having, like, thyroid and calcium deficiencies and stuff.
Okay, so I'm thinking of a different, there is more than one Robert in L.A. How about that? Okay.
Yeah, even with my last name, there's like
What's going on, Robert?
So I was calling because I have a friend of a friend that's 32 years old, 5 feet 2 inches tall, 165 pounds. She's like 15 to 16 weeks pregnant. Has been told by the doctors that the baby might be born with Down syndrome.
That's no good.
Like they told her that she's low. I don't really understand this, but she said that doctors told her she's low on a protein that gives oxygen to nurture the baby through the placenta.
Right.
And they've also told her, like, some other naturopaths that like a lot of coldness in her body.
Mm-hmm.
The baby has like 150 beats per minute. I don't know. That's all the info I have.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a little story, Robert, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember Evel Knievel?
Yeah.
Evel Knievel used to jump his bike through rings of fire, broken every bone in his body, always wiping out and doing stuff for people in Vegas shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, his daughter was going to have a baby that was going to be born with Down syndrome, and I'm going to tell you what happened right after this break. Robert, stay where you are, and we're going to go to Ann in Texas and Krista in Long Beach. Mike Phillip, filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, back with the Evel Knievel story after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Now, before the break, I was talking to Robert in Los Angeles, and he was telling me that he has a friend who is going to have a baby, and the doctors have informed her that the baby might be born with Down syndrome. And I launched into a story that I immediately thought of. Now, there was this guy, Evel Knievel, back in the 70s and 80s that used to jump his motorcycle through hoops of fire and over alligators or whatever. You know, he was kind of a danger guy. And his daughter was going to have a baby, and they found out that it was going to be born with Down syndrome. Now, somehow or another, they got a hold of Dr. Wallach, and he got her on a mineral program, and that baby was born completely healthy, even after the doctors had told her that. Now, what's going on is that baby's got to be built out of something. So if she's not getting the minerals, vitamins, and amino and fatty acids through her food that baby needs, it's going to be leaching them from her. So as she's already experienced, she's having certain health problems herself. She doesn't feel great, and the baby is suffering as well. So your friend needs to load up on the Mighty 90, okay? So I would get that friend of yours to get on a Healthy Start Pack and plant-derived minerals, okay? About 2 bottles per month, if possible. How much does she weigh?
She weighs 165.
Right, you mentioned that, 165. Okay. Yeah, I would absolutely, man, I would get her on 2 Healthy Start Packs and 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. And let's see if we can stop that baby from being born with a lifetime sentence of having Down syndrome. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is she listening right now?
No, she's probably not.
All right, well, download the podcast and play it back for her, and I'll give her this personal message. Listen to Robert, woman. Sound good?
Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I also wanted to ask you, so how could I download how can I download, I guess, Friday Mike's, because I only go to drglidden.com, and I can get whatever for Monday through Thursday, but I could listen to them, but.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you go to gcnlive.com, that's GCN, Genesis Communications Network, live.com. And this is for everybody else out there, too. If you want to download the show from Fridays here or any other show, there's an archive going way back. GCNlive.com, click on Show List. That's Show List. And you'll get a list of every single show that's on GCN. Okay? Scroll down until you see Fire Your MD Now. And you can click on Listen Live, or you can click on More Info. And then there's a icon after More Info that says Podcasts or Archives. You can click on Podcasts, and you can download the first and second hour separately. So that's GCNlive.com. Click on Show List, and head on down till you see a picture of Dr. Glidden. And you can either click on Listen Now, Listen Live, or More Info. All right, Robert?
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Mike.
You take care, man. Thanks for calling. It's good to hear from you again. Maybe I'll meet you someday. We'll pair up and go and whoop Javier and Dr. Glidden at golf. Sound good?
Awesome.
All right. Talk to you later, Robert. We're going to jump over now to Krista in Long Beach. Krista, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm good. You sound real chipper today. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, I'm doing good. Okay, so I just want to do a little bit of follow-up. I've been doing my selenium and my tangy tangerine and all my fun stuff since May.
Right.
And my biggest concern with all of this is my thyroid. Mm-hmm. And I've also been using the ASAP. And I'm pretty active. I'm a physical educator, and so I keep pretty busy. And I'm having a really, really hard time, a huge history of stuff, but I'm having a really hard time losing those last, as does everybody, those last, 8. And but as far as my energy level and all that fun stuff, I really feel like I'm very happy with all of the products.
Well, you sound like it.
Yeah, well, it's me too. But here's my question. So, okay. In June, I got my blood drawn, and so we really focus on my thyroid, obviously. But one of the other things we focus on is my CRP, because it's been kind of funky for the last little bit. So I got it redone, and it was at 2.4. And then so I'm going to move down a little bit, and then my TSH was 0.24, and my T4 free was 1.3, and my T3 free was 3.6. And my doctor, she's a GP. She does, both sides of the coin. She does, Eastern and Western. And she suggested that I started taking Cytomel to kind of help me with, she was saying, the weight loss. I have a hard time even taking the supplements that Youngevity has. I like the liquid stuff, but I don't like taking the medicine. I don't like taking the Synthroid. I don't like taking the Cytomel because it's frustrating, but I have to because that particular portion of me isn't working. So I just got all my levels redone at the beginning of this month, so a week ago. My CRP was 2.1. My TSH went up to 0.83. My T4 free was 1.4, so it didn't change much. And my T3 free went from the 3.6 to the 2.7. And then she did a T3 reverse, which was 18. So I guess in your perspective, is everything I'm doing and those numbers, because I'm not a doctor, are all those numbers jiving? Does it sound okay? Should I just do what I'm doing? That's my question, really.
I would add a couple, like how much, okay, let me ask you this. How much do you weigh?
I'm 150.
150. And how much specifically, let me ask you this, how much of the OsteoFX and the selenium are you using?
I'm doing the OsteoFX. I just finished the dry stuff because I'm going to move back to the liquid, but I've been doing 1 scoop of that a day, mixed in with my tangy tangerine, and then I'm doing 3 selenium twice a day.
Okay, what I want you to do, once you get back to your OsteoFX, with the liquid,
Uh-huh.
okay, I want you to up that.
Okay.
to 3 ounces a day.
Okay.
Okay, and with the selenium, I want you to take 6 a day. That's what I would do. Okay, and then double up on the selenium and take more osteo, and then see how you feel. Okay.
Okay.
Because we've had people that started having a reaction to the thyroid drugs because they started working too good and they had to cut back themselves. But if I was you, I would up the selenium and calcium specifically. That's what I would do from what you've told me.
So if I'm currently taking 3 selenium 2 times a day, you want me to do...
Oh, you're doing 3 2 times a day?
Yeah. So I'm doing 3 in the morning and 3 in the late afternoon.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah,
That's okay.
So, keep that the way it is and double up on the osteo.
Okay, and I'm also taking Ocean's Gold.
Yeah, that can't hurt.
Right.
Yeah, but extra calcium, your thyroid needs a lot of calcium.
Okay.
And also, to help out with this too, a lot of cholesterol, protein, and HGH youth complex, just like I was telling the other person. Okay. But it depends on how much you can afford, right?
Sure.
So right off the hop, I would go with the extra Osteo FX, if nothing else.
Okay.
All right, Krista?
Yeah, thank you so much.
You betcha. Thanks for calling, and thanks for being so bubbly. It's nice to hear somebody that's excited about life.
Well, thanks for being here to help everybody. It's a great opportunity to talk to somebody that, because I believe in this stuff. It's awesome.
It is awesome, and it's helped out my life in a big way, and this is my way of giving it back.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Well, you take care, Krista. It was great talking to you. And with that, we are going to jump over to Ann in Texas. Ann, we got a few minutes left. What's on your mind in this segment, that is?
Yes, sir. I've taken some of Dr. Wallach's products for about a month, but I have some issues that I'm on a limited budget, and I'd really like to pinpoint, exactly what to take that, I could see some effects from. And a couple of issues is I am 62, and I went to the doctor, and he said that I have cataracts pretty bad to where he needs to, recommend cataract surgery. But also I have a condition called Fuchs syndrome, which was inherited, and that's Fuchs. And so he said that makes me a severe risk patient. Well, I was recently listening to a CD by a doctor associated with Dr. Wallach, I guess, or something. Anyhow, he was saying that cataracts can be reversed. And he said, and then I have some arthritis and degeneration that's, causing me some pain. And he said his arthritis was reversed. So I'm wanting to know what products I can take that possibly could reverse those issues and about how long it might take. Hello?
What are you taking right now? Sorry about that. I turned down my microphone for a second so I could hear you better, and I forgot to turn it back up. But what are you taking right now?
I have been taking I've been taking, I'm almost through with a can of the tangy tangerine, and I had a bottle of selenium that I was taking 3 a day. But then when I went to my doctor, she's a nurse practitioner, and I was showing her the products, and she said she's heard of them. And anyhow, and she said, well, the selenium, they found out you only need to take 1 a day 3 times a week. So I cut back to that, but I don't know if I should have done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, no, definitely not. Like, I've seen people taking really low doses of this stuff because they weren't sure. See, Dr. Wallach, he sued the FDA and able to get a qualified health statement saying that 200 micrograms a day was enough to significantly reduce the incidence of breast cancer and a few other things, a lot of things actually. But when people have problems that they're trying to get over and they're already in the weeds and the damage is done, a lot of times it takes more. So, I have to give the obligatory, this show is not supposed to replace the advice of your doctor. But what I'm going to say is, here's what I would do if I was you. I would be taking about 4 or 5 of those selenium per day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so especially for eye health. Now, the other thing, you've got this Fuchs dystrophy, which is an eye disease in which cells lining the inner surface of the cornea slowly start to die off, and the disease usually affects both eyes. So here's the thing. Inherited doesn't exist, and we covered that last night, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. We're going to come back to you in the last segment of the show, and stay right where you are. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back with Ann in Texas right after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Final segment of the show, and we got Ann in Texas on the line, and we were talking about Fuchs dystrophy syndrome, and it's causing you, I'm guessing, what do you end up feeling like you got pressure behind your eyes or just cloudy vision or what?
No. And with the cataracts, it's just cloudy vision. And several years ago, I went to a specialist in Dallas, and they were recommending cornea surgery in both eyes.
I'd avoid that like the Black Plague.
Okay.
I would, personally. Now, here's the thing. I've seen people's eye health improve dramatically, really quickly, with just the selenium. Okay. Now, with Dr. Glidden is fond of saying there's only 2 ways that this doesn't work, is if you're not taking enough or if you're not absorbing it in order for your body to be able to use it, right? So
I don't think I absorb things good, because when I take a vitamin, they say if you, taking the tangy tangerine, if I see it, when I go to the bathroom and it's yellow or whatever, then I'm not really absorbing it. I don't think I absorb things well. I don't know why.
Well, are you getting diarrhea? Let me ask you that.
No.
Okay, and you're just getting, say, really yellow or almost neon green urine?
Well, not quite that bad, but I can tell when I take that, it's that color.
Okay, yeah, you know what? That means it's working just fine as long as it's not coming out the other end. So, you know what? That's a good sign, actually, if you're getting the coloration in your urine. So, if I was you, I would up the selenium and also the EFAs. Now, Longevity also has a product called Vision FX, and you might want to try that. I remember you mentioned that you have a limited income.
Right.
So if you have to just, say, target a few key things, if you can, I would go with the Healthy Start Pack and Extra Selenium.
Okay. So if I couldn't do the Healthy Start Pack, the selenium and EFAs?
Yeah, if that's all you can afford, that's what I would do. The tangy tangerine will go a long way as well. But yeah, selenium and EFAs. Or what you could do is take, say, as many bottles of plant-derived minerals as you can afford. They're only $20, and that's got selenium in it. Okay?
Okay.
So if you want to go with, say, 2 or 3 bottles of plant-derived minerals and some EFAs, that might go a long way as well. We had a girl here that had eye problems. I gave her just a handful of selenium and said, here, take these. And it cleared up within 3 days. So.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm understanding you. So you said, the plant minerals, maybe 2 or 3 bottles of those, and the EFAs and the selenium, or that in place of the selenium?
Well, the plant-derived minerals has got selenium in it, as well as 60 other ones, right? So, that might be the way to go. It's kind of a matter of juggling out what you can afford, and you want the best bang for your buck at the same time. Ultimately, I would like to see you on at least a Healthy Start Pack with the extra selenium. But if you can only afford it, go with the plant-derived minerals, selenium, and EFAs.
plant-derived minerals, selenium, and EFAs, right?
Yeah, for the extra selenium, yeah.
Oh, with the other selenium, right?
Yeah, with extra selenium. That's how I would go with it for sure.
And can I ask you approximately how long do you think it might take before I might see the cataracts gone?
Well, if I was Jesus Christ sitting on the great white throne looking at your heart and how your body works, I might be able to answer that, but I'm just Mike Phillip in Western Canada. Like I said, I've seen it work really fast with some people, and I've seen it take a little bit more time with others. So what I want you to do is try it out, do what you can, and keep in touch with the show because I want to hear back from you, Ann, and I want this to work for you.
Okay, let me ask you right quick. What about the arthritis? What about that? Because
your arthritis? Yeah, OsteoFX, definitely OsteoFX. Bare minimum. Ann, I've got to let you go. I'm so sorry, but I hear the music. Keep in touch with the phone back in on Monday if you have to. We're going to let you go. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Thanks for giving us your time. And I'm going to go and talk to Lori in Tennessee. We'll be back next Friday.